Hello my YouTube family. I'm going to show you how I use my two emergency funds. I have a big emergency fund and I have a mini emergency fund. Our big emergency fund consists of about 9,000, I think there's 9,100 and some odd dollars. We are trying to get that to, let me just write it down in my book here. Let me check my book and see what the exact number is. Okay. 9,169. So big emergency fund has $9,169 in it. Okay. With this here, we use this for bigger emergencies, like anything that's over $1,000, we take it from our big emergency fund here. So this way we have enough money in there and then we can pay off what we need to pay off. Like with my husband's tires, that was $1,100. So we took that from the big emergency fund and we have to put $1,100 back in there. So we're trying to build this up. Right now, we're going to try to get it to about 15,000. So let's do build up to 15,000. So we're at 9,169. So this, our big emergency fund, we use this for bigger purchases, like I said, with my husband's tires, anything that is over $1,000 that we have to pay out, that we don't have a sinking fund for, or we just don't have the cash for it, comes out of our big emergency fund. So right now we have to put $1,100 back, so because that's what we took out for his tires. Now our mini emergency fund, we had $3,000 in that, and we had to take out 2,000. We got 1,000 left in there. Okay, sorry about that. The kitten was playing and biting my hair. He'll be going to his new home in a couple of days. So, okay, back to this. Mini emergency fund. We had to take 2,000 out because we went over in food, we went over in pets. Our electric was more than what we expected, so we had to, fill in with the rest of that, the money that we were over with that. We were a little bit over in water, so all that came out of our mini emergency fund. So we took 2,000 out and there's still 1,000 still in there. This we are trying to build up to about 5,000. So let's build up to 5,000. I know you're only supposed to have like 1,000 for an emergency fund, but with everything going up, prices going up and everything on the rise and everything, $1,000 I didn't think was enough. So I didn't feel comfortable at just $1,000. So that's why we were putting more money in, and we had 3,000 in there, but then I had to take from that to pay things off, credit cards, that kind of stuff. Stuff that we went over, and that's why we took the 2,000. If we don't use that whole 2,000, then it will go right back into our mini emergency fund. But we're trying to build this up to 5,000. Try to build a big emergency up to 15. We're at a little over 9. So we wanted to have the two emergency funds. This one we use for anything under $1,000. Like if we happen to go over in food, like we did this month, because July is a bad month for us, because we have, we have mine and my husband's anniversary, we have car insurance that was due, we have other stuff that was due, and it all kind of come in the month of July. So that's why we came short on a lot of things for our monthly bills. But this we're trying to build up, so if we need to have enough in there for at least, I'm going to say for at least a month, close to 2 months in our bills. That's including food, you know, and all that. So this is what I try to keep in our mini emergency fund. So in case something happens and, you know, we need money real quick, we could take it from the mini emergency fund as long as it's under $1,000. This one we use when it's over $1,000, and the mini emergency fund we use when it's under $1,000. And then now we have to try to build this back up again so we can get it back up to the 3,000, get this back up to the little over 10,000 that we had. So, but this is how I use my 2 emergency funds. Right now, I have to put money back in both of them because I just needed money from here to pay off stuff and for my husband's tires with this one. But that's how I use my mini emergency fund and my big emergency fund. So I wanted to show you a little bit. Now, starting in August, you're going to see this here because I don't have anything to show for it. I'm going to start using prop money, put it in like a bank envelope, and use prop money so you can see how much exactly is in that mini emergency fund. I already have one for the big emergency fund. So I'm going to use just an envelope for the mini emergency fund so you can see exactly how much we're taking in and out of that one there. But that's how I use my 2 emergency funds. Right now we have to build them back up because we took money from both of them. So we have to build those 2 back up again. I would rather build these up and have no interest on these than to pay the credit cards off, where one credit card is like over 20% and the other one is like 14% in interest. And I'm like, I'd rather not pay the interest on those. I'd rather pay them off and then take the money from our emergency fund, pay them off, so this way I could just put the money back into our emergency funds and don't have to worry about paying interest on top of that. So this is what we did with our 2 emergency funds, how we use them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of the YouTube family. If you go out, please stay safe and always remember to believe in yourself. I love you all. Take care, everyone. Bye.